Okay, let's see if this is going to work here. Good afternoon, my friends, or good morning, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Removing the Liberal Blindfold for this Monday, or Tuesday, the second day of April in the year of our Lord 2019. And the left continues their march to power. And this one comes from PJ Media, headlined Proposed Voting Changes Are About Power, Not Principles. And it was written by Victor Davis Hanson. Progressives, Progressive candidates and new Democratic representatives have offered lots of radical new proposals lately about voting and voters. They include scrapping the 215-year-old Electoral College. Progressives also talk of extending the vote to 16 or 17-year-olds and ex-felons. They wish to further relax requirements for voter identification, same-day registration and voting, and undocumented immigrants voting in local elections. The 2016 victory of Donald Trump shocked the left. It was entirely unexpected, given that experts had all but assured a Hillary Clinton landslide. Worse still for those on the left, Trump, like George W. Bush in 2000 and three earlier winning presidential candidates, lost the popular vote, according to what they say. From 2017 on, Trump has sought to systematically dismantle the progressive agenda that has been established by his predecessor, Barack Obama, often in controversial and unapologetic style. And the American people love this. The fervor over the 2016 Clinton loss and the new Trump agenda, the fear that Trump could be reelected, and anger about Electoral College have mobilized progressives to demand changes to the hallowed traditions of electing presidents. The Electoral College was designed in part to ensure that candidates at least visited the small and often rural states of America. The generation of the Founding Fathers did not want elections to rest solely on the larger urban populations. The Electoral College balances out the popular vote. The founders were also terrified of radical democracies of the past, especially their frenzied tendencies to adopt mob-like tactics, and we can see that coming now. In response, the Electoral College was designed to discourage crowded fields of all sorts of fringe presidential candidates in the eventual winner, in which the eventual winner might win only a small plurality of the popular vote. Voting requirements have also reflected disdain for radical democracy. Lawmakers have argued that young adults who are at least 18 years old have more experience, are more independent, and take on more responsibilities than younger teenagers living at home. Therefore, they are more likely to be make more reasoned decisions. Some progressives want to lower that voting age. Similarly, most states consider the judgment of felons who have committed serious crimes suspect compared with those who have followed the laws. These states have prohibited felons from voting by first requiring completion of their sentences or parole or probation, depending on the nature of their crimes. Many on the left support measures that would ease voting restrictions on ex-felons. The progressives have deliberately confused residency with citizenship, as if a person living in America paying some sales or income taxes should have the same voting rights as those that are legal citizens. All these proposed modifications are aimed at changing the nature of the electorate and the method of voting in order to change the results. In reductionist terms, new rules and new voters reduce the relative voting clout of the law-abiding adult citizens, and that's all it is, folks. Leftists assume that Americans are not sympathetic to their new policies. In other words, the current 2019 potpourri of progressive issues might not warrant 51% support among existing voting public in the next election. And now to remove the liberal blindfold, folks, I have said this before. Lowering the voting age to 16 and 17-year-olds does one thing and one thing only. Most kids at that age are pretty much liberals, especially in this day and age when schools are not teaching the history of America and why we were formed the way we were. They are not taught that socialist ideas that the Democrats espouse more and more today is something that has been tried over and over and over again throughout history. But in all the times it has been tried, it has never, ever worked. You eventually run out of other people's money. They are taught that the European Union is great and that the countries are things that need to be espoused, and the way the countries are run there are things that need to be espoused here in America. Yet the EU is collapsing, and the countries that are in it are being overrun by Islamists and people who are going on the welfare ranks of these countries, breaking them financially. We can see some of that going on here in America too. And ex-felons, that is another story. And the Democrats want their vote too. So a law that held that no ex-felon or felons could vote is something that to the left is nothing more than prejudice and needs to be gotten rid of. No, they are doing everything they can to push the vote of all these people on the American people, because the Democrats know that most all of them would vote Democrat. They can't win with ideas. Because of that, their ideas are that they are now coming up with will be a total disaster for this nation and getting nuttier all the time. Instead of moving back to some sort of semblance of saneness and trying to get votes that way, they are pushing to get power by trying to tilt the scales in their direction so that they would never lose. And that is the only reason for this push to power, that push to lower the voting age and make felons being able to vote. They get these things, my friends, and mark my words, they will later push to have 15-year-olds vote, or 14 or 13, and they will push to get current felons to vote. If these ideas of theirs on the vote get passed into law, folks, it is just the beginning of the slippery slope that will put them in power and keep them there while destroying this nation altogether. Thank you all for watching and being here. We are here to push the facts that the liberal, lying, lamestream media leaves out. Facts that change the story from what is right to what the left wants, which is never right anymore. Truth, justice, and the American way, as they are the things that we need to continue to keep America a good country. God bless America. God bless our troops. And as always, we will not be ruled. Have a safe and blessed day.